Battle Through the Heavens, Grand World. Chapter 243 The Changes in the Abyss. The broken arm shot up into the sky, bringing with it a rain of blood. Yin Jushuan's face turned pale. He immediately sealed the wound with the Origin Monarch Key, causing a piercing pain to penetrate into his bone marrow. Even though he was an Emperor Cultivation warrior, he still couldn't withstand the pain of the broken arm. Bastard! Yin Jushuan's eyes turned red. He had seen the disappearance of the black-robed man. Without the help of the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast, he wouldn't have any chance of winning if he were to fight Jade Fairy alone. Is it painful? The pain I have suffered in the past 2 years is much heavier than this. Jade Fairy looked at the screaming Yin Jushuan and said calmly. Her tone was filled with a cold killing intent. The fire wings effect gradually disappeared. Xiao Yan also landed on the ground and looked at the battle between Jade Fairy and Yin Jushuan. He wisely chose not to interfere in the battle. Killing the enemy himself was a kind of relief to his mental state. Buzz! Jade Fairy gently waved her hand. Just as she was about to kill Yin Jushuan, who had lost the ability to resist, a strange buzzing sound suddenly sounded in the canyon. In the next moment, they saw endless rays of light shooting into the sky from the depths of the canyon. The rays of light were tens of thousands of meters long and covered the sky. Within the rays of light, there was a terrifying evil aura. The evil aura was buzzing, as if it was going to break through the rays of light. What's going on? Xiao Yan turned around and looked towards the depths of the canyon. The evil aura was pervading the air, and it seemed like it was going to corrode the rays of light. That's the depths of the canyon. Could it be an abyss? Jade Fairy's beautiful eyes revealed a shocked expression. Ever since the sect that entered the abyss 10,000 years ago, the abyss had never appeared again. In this kind of scene, Jia Jia. All of a sudden, the sound that resounded between the heavens and earth rang out from within the baleful aura. It was as though the howls and howls of ghosts and wolves could be heard. The huge sound waves caused the surrounding mountain rocks to turn into dust. Swoosh! While Jade Fairy was distracted, Yin Jushuan found an opportunity. He ignored the injuries in his body and shook his body. He had already turned into a ray of light and fled. In the blink of an eye, he had disappeared into the horizon. Only his venomous words resounded. Jade Fairy, just you wait. Seeing Yin Jushuan escape, Jade Fairy frowned and shook her head. She didn't chase after him. Instead, she looked into the depths of the canyon. The sudden change in the canyon was obviously more interesting to her than Yin Jushuan. Pavilion Master Yu, that guy. Xiao Yan came to Jade Fairy's side and looked in the direction where Yin Jushuan had fled. He was puzzled and puzzled. Don't worry. He already has the poison of the great Yin burial art in his body. It will be very difficult for him to improve in the future. Jade Fairy faintly smiled and did not take it to heart. There is a sudden change in the abyss in the canyon. I don't know what happened. His eyes turned towards the depths of the canyon and looked at the multicolored light that filled the sky. The evil aura within was oppressive. Even in this place, one could feel the terrifying aura that could shake one's heart. Swish! As the two of them were conversing, a sudden change occurred in the sky once again, and an endless amount of aura suddenly erupted, as if it was about to break through the encirclement of the multicolored light. At the same time, within the multicolored light, a huge hand that could cover the sky and cover the sun slowly stretched out. It was as if it could pluck the sun and moon and pinch the stars. The moment the giant hand appeared, Jade Fairy's originally pale face instantly became even paler. Xiao Yan was also shocked. He remembered what Jade Fairy had told him before. After that super sect entered the abyss, a giant hand stretched out, causing countless experts to fall. Now, that giant hand actually appeared again. Hurry up and leave, we can't stay here for long. Jade Fairy cried out in a lovely voice towards Xiao Yan. Her lovely body flashed and she arrived beside the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast. She waved her delicate hand and kept the latter's huge body into the storage ring. The Origin Monarch Key on her back gathered and 2 pure white Monarch Key wings spread out, shooting towards the outside of the canyon. Xiao Yan swallowed a fire wings pill when he heard Jade Fairy's voice. In the next moment, the flame on his back rolled. The flame wings carried an expert as they shot into the sky and followed closely behind Jade Fairy. Boom! Not long after the two of them left, the giant hand in the multicolored light suddenly clenched. In an instant, the sky above the canyon seemed to collapse, and hundreds of thousands of meters of spatial cracks spread out, revealing the pitch-black space, causing people's hair to stand on end. Wang. As the giant hand displayed its ferocity, the multicolored light that filled the sky was not weak at all. Beams of light surged out from the abyss. Within the light pillars, it was as if there were giant monoliths. The strange patterns on the giant monoliths emitted endless brilliance and shot into the glow. In an instant, the evil aura that filled the air dissipated. The giant hand trembled and finally fell down powerlessly. At the same time, an indistinct furious roar was heard from the deep abyss. Star Sky Tablet, when this emperor comes out, I will take you as a sacrifice to the heavens. The furious roar gradually disappeared. The multicolored light that filled the sky also gradually disappeared. The entire canyon had finally regained its peace. Only the many valleys that had turned into dust had declared the terror that they had just experienced. Jade Fairy only stopped after she had left the star-severing valley. She glanced back with lingering fear and looked into the distance. The unusual change in the canyon had already disappeared. Immediately, she exhaled a breath of air. The injuries within her body could no longer endure and were about to fall. Xiao Yan reacted quickly. With a flash, he arrived in front of Jade Fairy and supported her. After a great battle with Yin Jushuan, she was ambushed by him. Finally, she used her spiritual strength to break one of Yin Jushuan's arms. Jade Fairy's mind was greatly exhausted. At this moment, she was supported by Xiao Yan. Exhaustion surged all over her body and she fainted. Xiao Yan supported Jade Fairy. He looked around and arrived at a flat stone surface that was paved with huge rocks. After gently placing the latter on the stone surface, the pain within his body immediately erupted. The sequela of the heavenly monarch fire-burning body was the endless heat in his body, as if he was being burned by a raging flame. Xiao Yan glanced at the unconscious Jade Fairy and sighed slightly. He still did not know how the injuries of the Xiaoao were. He had predicted Yin Jushuan's arrival during this hunt, but he did not expect that he would be related to the Gu Wu. Luckily, the Xiaoao suddenly erupted this time. Otherwise, Jade Fairy, who was only an emperor cultivation, wouldn't be able to force Yin Jushuan to retreat. Even killing the Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast would be an extravagant request. With the monarch flame protecting his body, Xiao Yan sat down cross-legged. He didn't dare to fully concentrate on his cultivation. He was now in the vast desert, and danger was everywhere. Buzz. While Xiao Yan was trying his best to concentrate, a ray of light flashed on the forehead of the unconscious Jade Fairy. In the next moment, the light flowed through her body, and her pale face turned slightly better. Xiao Yan was somewhat shocked as he watched Jade Fairy's injuries quickly recover. He could not help but click his tongue in wonder. What kind of technique was this? The speed at which she recovered from her injuries was even faster than when she consumed medicine pills. Jade Fairy slowly opened her eyes and saw Xiao Yan beside her. She then looked at herself and touched her forehead before smiling helplessly. Standing up from the rock, Jade Fairy looked in the direction of the segmented star canyon and her eyes were filled with seriousness. I heard that there is a peerless monster in the abyss of the broken star canyon. It seems that the rumors are true. After a long time, Jade Fairy finally sighed. Xiao Yan fell silent after hearing what she said. 10,000 years ago, the super sect was completely wiped out in the abyss. This was enough to prove that it wasn't a simple sect. Today, they had finally witnessed it. With the unparalleled ferocity of that giant hand, not to mention monarch cultivation, even a true heavenly sovereign wouldn't have that kind of power. Forget it. That kind of thing isn't something we can discuss. Although some changes had occurred this time, it was still a good thing. I've still managed to collect the Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast's core from the Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast. Jade Fairy turned her head around and smiled sweetly. With a wave of her hand, the enormous corpse of the Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast appeared on the surface of the rock. Its nearly 10-meter large body was filled with shock. Looking at the corpse of the Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast, Xiao Yan could not help but smile. With this metal-attributed heavenly core, the 3 requirements of the Holy Rank trial were finally completed. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.